What's going on, everybody? My name is Heidi. Welcome to the Edgemaster Lessons Part 7. So in this video, I'm going to talk about combo finishes. Okay? So I don't think Guild Wars does a good enough job explaining what combo finishes are and how to utilize them. And I have a few videos on my channel that explains this, but I just wanted to add this to the Edgemaster Lessons. So I started on Thief because Thief has the best visualizations for combo finishers. So I'm running the elite specialization Daredevil, which gives me 3 dodges, and the last elite trait says Bounding Dodger. What this means is that every time you dodge, it will give you a little bit of damage, and it's a elite finisher. Okay, so if you read the skills carefully, certain skills like this one, Shadow Shot, is a physical projectile combo finisher. Black Powder is a smoke combo field and a combo finisher, physical projectile, which means when you shoot the bullet, it's going to shoot out a blinding shot. So it's blindness, right? So a lot of your skills, if you just take the time to read them, it will show you what they do. And the crazy thing is, Guild Wars does not do a good job explaining this. Like, I played for so many years, and I think like my 3rd year in, I was like, wait, I should start using these combo finishers when I'm fighting. I would say the strongest combo finishers would probably be smoke fields and maybe water fields, because when you blast a water field, it would give you health. So you can utilize using blast combos on water fields. So I'm just going to show you what a typical thief might do if they're running bounding dodge. So they'll use Black Powder, dodge out of it. You can also use Heartseeker as a leap finisher. Now, blast finishers are AoE, right? So if you see a water field on the ground and you have a blast combo, you want to utilize that by, hitting off your blast skill. It's AoE. So for example, if I use a blast on smoke, it's going to give AoE stealth. Of course, I don't have any other friends here, but just trust me on this. Smoke field, blinding powder. Then you just dodge out of it if you want to give you more stealth. The duration increases the more you use combo finishes such as leaps or blast. Whirls will do a projectile in all directions, so they won't always hit the enemy, but they will go in all directions in a circle. It's whirling. So if I use smoke field and then use dagger storm, it's going to shoot out a projectile whirls. Now they don't always hit the enemy, sometimes they can miss, but the objective is one of those blinds are going to hit, right? So usually a thief will use whirling axes, which is a steal that they would get from warriors, instead of using dagger storm. They won't use dagger storm on top of a smoke field because it's kind of redundant. The whole entire point of using a whirl finisher over a smoke field is to blind them. But if you're already using dagger storm, which is an evade, you aren't gonna get hit, so that blind is kind of put the waste. But if you want to use that blind in case you are worried you might get hit after your dagger storm is ended, you could always do that. But from playing the game, I know other thieves, they're not going to use dagger storm over top of smoke field just because it's just redundant and it's a waste of skill. So it goes like this. See, it says blinding bolts, then they'll jump out of it. If they're running bounding dodge, they're just going to use dagger storm and then dodge out of it anyway. That way they extend their dodge even longer and you still aren't able to hit them. So they'll probably do something like that, whirl and then dodge out of it, if they don't have whirling axes still from warrior. So yeah, thief is a really good example of smoke combo field. Alright, so next I'm starting off on elementalist. Okay, I'm going to show you some water combo fields. So I'm running the trait Elemental Epitome. So if you see me gain an aura from blasting these fields, that's why, because it's under my trait. So don't get confused, okay? I'm just using this as a demonstration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a Jade Spear to put down a water combo field. And I'm going to show you the different combos that happens when you either blast them, whirl on them, or leap. So if I were to leap out of a combo field, it's going to heal me. If I blast, it's going to do an AoE heal. And if I whirl, it's going to shoot out a regeneration bolt. So here we go. Whirl, leap, and the blast is area healing. Okay? Next up, we have ice fields. Blasting an ice field will give AoE Frost Aura. Blasting the Frost Aura again will only reset the duration. It will not extend it. Reapers also have access to blast finishers and leap finishers. So for example, the Summoned Fleshworm, Necrotic Traversal is a blast finisher. You can use it to blast your Nightfall, if that's something you wish to do. Not a lot of people do that, but blasting a dark combo field will do area blindness. Ice field under Executioner Scythe, Leap under Death Charge. That will give you Frost Aura, 10% damage reduction. Doing a Whirl combo finisher on Dark Field would do Leeching Bolts. And whirling in the ice field would do AoE Chill. Chilling Bolts. Ethereal fields, when you blast them, are mainly for defense and conditions. So if you blast an ethereal field, you'll get Chaos Armor. Chaos Armor gives you a random boon when hit, and it also gives the enemy a random condition when they hit you. If I blast this, Chaos Aura. If I leap out of it, I'll also gain Chaos Aura. Leaping out of a dark combo field will give you Dark Aura, which reduces condition damage by 20% and applies 2 seconds of torment if they hit you. Whirling on the ethereal field will shoot out Confounding Bolts, which applies confusion. This video will probably go on too long if I made it about every single combo finisher in the game. So here's a list. You can also find this list on the wiki, and it goes into detail about how to utilize them, how long the duration is, and what their effects are. So the main objective of this video was to show the player when to utilize combo fields, not just to show them what their effects are, because anybody can just utilize a combo field, but are you using it to the best that it can possibly use? So for example, with Warrior, they have access to Fire combo field, which is Combustive Shot. Combine that with your traits, Might Makes Right. It gives you more endurance and more healing when you give yourself might. And like I said before, blast finishers are AoE, so this also helps your team members gain more might so you can deal more damage. You can utilize that by blasting it. If I leap out of it, it'll give me a Fire Aura. Fire Aura will burn the attacker for 1 second, and it will give you might every time you get hit. A prime example of how to utilize fire fields for Berserker. If you look at the last trait, King of Fires, every time you use a raid skill or Berserker skill, such as Blaze Breaker or Flames of War, it would detonate your Fire Aura and explode and make 3 stacks of burning on the enemy. So, for example, if I were to use Sundering Leap, it will automatically blow up that Fire Aura. So, the typical combo will be something like this. Flames of War, put yourself on fire, you can immobilize them to hold them in place, jump on top of them, leap again, and hit it with Blaze Breaker. 10, 13 stacks of burn if you do it correctly. You can also use Flames of War. Well, this is what I do. I use Flames of War, and you can use projectile finishers such as Throw Bolus or my offhand for Sword, Impale, and it will add burn to them as a projectile finisher. Watch closely. You see? And that's how you utilize your combo fields in battle. So I hope this helped, and I'll see y'all then. Peace.